Hello, Virgo. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Advice for Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Yeah, split the deck, and there you are, Virgo. Ooh. Huh. Right away, I'm curious as to what Virgo this is. Excuse me. Oh, I do appreciate the directness, but even though when you're direct, I'm looking at Virgo, 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 and Virgo. Yeah. A lot of Virgos, Virgo. A lot of Virgos. One more, then I'll jump into this. Huh. Wow. Okay, so jumping into this, you're showing me pain. A lot of pain, a lot of pain, a lot of difficulty, and I feel like it is definitely for who you are, Virgo. It's for what you've done, it's for what you've accomplished, it's for who you've made yourself out to be. I'm not going to say, hero or villain or anything like that. It's just your accomplishments, your success, your success story. Whatever this is that you're, very difficult, whatever is very difficult that you're going through, it seems like a pretty significant healing journey, to say the least. Who you are, what you're going through, feeling and experiencing goes hand in hand with what you do. And it's almost like you're having to kind of like literally, get yourself uniform and proper and, kind of put together and, on your A game and stay sharp. Because you're ultimately kind of saying there's a lot that still needs to be done. There's a lot that I still need to be responsible for, maintain and upkeep and uphold. In order to kind of like, clear the air, set things straight and get things on, in order in a sense. You're doing that. You're definitely taking care of what you got to take care of and you're doing what you got to do. And you're kind of saying, well, it is what it is. There's an energy of acceptance and surrender to this, but then at the same time, whatever this is that you're working on next for yourself, it seems and feels like you do have ideas in mind or possible plans maybe that you're considering, but ultimately you're just kind of like, yeah, I just don't know. You're trying to figure out what you want to do. It's almost kind of like, well, when you take care of what you take care of, oh, here we go, Virgo. When you take care of what you take care of, and when you get done what you need to get done, and you're left there with your thoughts, then what? Then what? Inside the mind of a Virgo, whether you be Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, then what? Just the overall energy of the Virgo, the hermit. When you're in Virgo world, when you're in the Virgo, the hermit's cave of yourself, your mind, your emotions, your being, then what? Because you're showing me that it's like you're trying to put together some sort of vision here as to what you want to do. And it almost kind of seems and feels like you strongly believe in it, whatever that vision is. But at the same time, it's just not, it just has a different feel or different vibe to it. Where you're kind of like, well, it's something, but it's not the greatest. It's not as good as I'd like it to be, but I'll work with it. Yeah, and then so Okay, maybe you're throwing some sort of event or some sort of party or some sort of gathering. Friends, family, loved ones. Ooh, goodness. Virgo, 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 and Virgo. Yeah. Whatever this gathering is, it's interesting. It's that same energy, Virgo, where it seems like you put so much work and so much effort and energy into who you are. Like, in a sense, making yourself presentable, if you will. And it's like you do so, and you're having a good time. But then it's like, then you realize, like, it's like this energy of, you can't really, how do I say this? You can't really have fun all the time. You're saying that creates problems and issues and difficulties. Yeah, it does. I need to now, what you're saying is the fun times. There may be problems brewing because of the fun times. And so now you're choosing to focus on work, money, investments, being responsible. And you're kind of like, yeah, I know. But overall, regarding this work situation, as well as the dynamic between clearly you and someone, that's what I find interesting. There's something going on regarding work and finances, and that's very upsetting to you. But you are also choosing to kind of, you know what, well, things at work aren't going too great regarding who you are, what you do, your money and your investments. You're choosing, you know what, let me kind of just focus on, let me dedicate my time, my energy to the relationship or connection I have with this person or with them or with this connection or with that, you know, whoever it is. And what's very interesting is whatever this connection is that you're kind of like, you know, committing yourself to or dedicating yourself to, you're kind of, it's interesting because that energy of acceptance and surrender once again steps in. And I don't know what that's about. It's almost kind of like, well, here I am. Well, here we are. But because I'm the responsible one, let me kind of just, you know, figure out and fill out where things are actually going. You've given a lot to this situation. You've given a lot to this connection as well as you've given a lot to yourself. Oh, that's a change in gears. Okay, and then we got a mess. Changing gears, and then we got a mess. There could be a living situation in place between the two. If not that, it's definitely some sort of work, you know, work foundation, business, your career, maybe, you know, coworkers or colleagues. You don't know. Whatever this connection is regarding where things are actually going with your future, you just don't know. You're saying it almost kind of seems and it feels like you're in uncharted emotional territories. But there definitely is, in a sense, light at the end of the tunnel for this, because you're showing me this energy of happiness and fulfillment, and you are getting something that you want. And that's what's very interesting. It's like you're trying to, literally, Virgo, you're trying to predict. You're trying to predict what will happen next. You're trying to have, like, you're trying to gain a sense or fill this out of what could happen next between the two of you. And that's because ultimately, you're also in some type of connection with someone else in a deeper relationship. And so you have a connection or a friendship or a bond with one person, but you have a connection or a commitment with another person. And so there's a bit of a juggle here between whether it be friendships, maybe more than that, romantic interests, as well as who you already are involved with. You're saying, I've been trying to figure out how to work on this commitment relationship or possible marriage, but it seems like things are just gradually slowing down, and it seems like things are kind of just fading out. And that's what's very interesting, is even though it seems like something just energetically and romantically is dying off with who you possibly live with or who you're in a relationship or married to, you're like, things are still actually set in such a way where it actually is balanced and equal, but ultimately you're still showing me that it's just like things aren't necessarily going anywhere. And you're trying to take it easy and figure out, like, great, what do I do? So that kind of just lets me know that you're juggling here, Virgo. You're juggling not only your relationship, commitment, and marriage, but you're also juggling some sort of connection here with someone else. So in a sense, you're kind of keeping your options open, because you're kind of like, well, which path or which direction or which connection or relationship is going to lead me to my happiness, and which one what I want ultimately. Yeah, seems like a gamble, but of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an air sign, a water sign, or an earth sign. They're all here.